Good morning. Today is the 9th of Adar, Sheni, March 19th. Question for you. What's the purpose of creation? So the Alter is going to address that today. But I want to bring in two mishalim, two parables that I think you could relate to. If you're a sports guy, you could relate to the second one. If you're not, everyone can relate to the first one. The first one is, what's the point of working our whole lives? What are the golden years? What we want to be able to retire and live out our golden years with money in the bank, nothing to worry about. Is that the purpose of life? So we run around for 30, 40, 50 years working so hard so that when we're 75 to 85 to 95, we could sit back and we don't have to worry. But what if those are the years that we want to travel? We can't because we're too elderly. We want to play ball with our kids. We can't because they're married with their own kids. We want to go play golf. We can't. We're too. So there's two sides to the coin. Let's go to the sports analogy because we're going to get back to that in a moment. Jeff plays basketball. We play softball together. What's the point of going to play? Is it just to get the trophy and say, we won the championship? If you're getting paid millions of dollars, maybe these guys, most of the guys that play, Jeff, if not 99% of the guys love the game, right? They love the game. And part of the incentive is to win the championship. But if they lose the championship, they still say they had a great season. They love it. It's like in their blood. They started playing when they were a kid. They don't do it. Obviously there's a big incentive for the pros. They get paid a lot of money. But one of the pet peeves that I have, Jeff, is that when we play and guys are like, don't worry about this game. Don't worry about that game. We're just going to wait till the playoffs. Then we're going to win the championship this year. I'm like, I'm getting older. You're getting older. We don't have, we have a few good years left, but we're not going to play this game forever. Every time I get on the field, I enjoy that game. Of course, we want to win, but you enjoy that game. And ultimately, great if you have a trophy, if you could say you won the championship. But I find it, and I know, a lot of people do agree with me, especially in recreational leagues, it's about playing the game and enjoying the game. So when we talk about the purpose of creation, we're going to bring in this concept, this idea that it's all about when Mashiach comes. La'as in Lavai, Gan Eden, you're going to get the schar in the next world. Is that the ultimate purpose? No, that's certainly a goal and something nice that we're going to have the trophy at the end. But let's not forget that we're in the game right now. So the struggle, which we're leading up to, why do we have to struggle every single day? It's not, enjoy it while you're in the trenches and you're about to have that meeting with that client and your heart's pounding and it's nerve-wracking and the order didn't come in. And I'm not talking about that, Enjoy. I'm talking about the daily grind, the daily struggle, the balance of try to put your work aside because your kid wants to go play catch in the backyard, or you have to be home on time for supper and you may have to, leave a meeting early or something may come up. It's every single day there are obviously successes and minor failures or struggles, not necessarily failures, but we have to enjoy the journey, the moment that we're in. And when I say the moment, it's the day we're living now. It's not just about the golden years, because once we get to that point, we're going to turn around and go, just like Pirkei Avos says, greater is a moment of tshuva in this world than all the world to come. So we may regret looking back and go, I worked so hard so I can get to this point where I can sit back and relax and I have everything that I need. And I'm going to go, I'm an idiot, I was working so hard. I didn't take a break. I didn't spend extra time with my wife, with my family, with my kids, my cousins. There was a family simcha. I said, I can't make it. I got a work meeting that night. What are you talking about? We gotta live in the moment. So the same is true when it comes to, not the same is true. This is just a mashal for the opportunity to do a mitzvah is why Hashem created the world, so that we can connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the deepest possible way. We went through all that trouble to create the world that we live in, the house that we live in, the roads that we drive on, the cars, the trees, the weather, all these different elements, even outer space. In order for a Jew, it was a necessary means to be able to have a connection with a Jew. So we can't miss that opportunity thinking, okay, one day when I'm older, then I'm going to be Shomer Shabbos and I'm going to sit and learn all day. Because by then, it's I don't want to say it's going to be too late. It's not. But it's like having that nice trophy on your wall. Wonderful. But right now you're in the game. Right now we have an opportunity to connect every single moment, every single day. So we are going to talk about the times of Mashiach, and that's also important. So we're going to bring it in. The question arises, how is it possible, even upon subjugating the Klippa and transforming into holiness, that we in this world should experience a revelation of the Ein Sof? We want to have an experience of godliness in this world, despite the fact that the last couple of days we said it's so hidden after it goes through all those different levels. The Alter Rebbe writes, Hashem gave us the Torah. Hashem gave us a way to connect to Him every single day in the deepest possible way. Again, when we daven, we feel an individuality. I am me, I need things, so I'm going to thank Hashem and ask Him for a blessing, and there's a back and forth. But when I learn the Torah, I am completely connected intrinsically and with complete unity to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Hashem gave us this blessing, this opportunity, this wonderful gift called the Torah. And the Torah is called might and strength, oiz v'koyach. And it gives us the strength to receive the revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu without being overwhelmed by it. We can connect to Hashem, even though if there was too much godly light, we wouldn't be able to exist. So we can connect to Hashem through learning and connecting to the Torah. Our sages say that Hashem gives the tzaddikim, the righteous, the strength to receive their reward in the world to come. Why do they need this strength? When they'll be in the next world, their existence would not dissolve when they are basking in the light of Hashem without a garment. Here, the Torah Hashem is wrapped up in the Torah. Hashem is concealed. There in that world, Hashem will be concealed will be much more revealed, but unless the tzaddikim will be able to endure. The pasuk says, your teacher will no longer hide, yukanef, from you, meaning not as some interpret the verse, he will no longer withhold your reins, but following Rashi, he will no longer conceal himself from you with the edge of a robe or garment, which is a kanaf, and your eyes will behold your teacher. So that's as far as the tzaddikim muchsiv, ki ayin ba'ayin yiru. They will see eye to eye, meaning that the human eye will see as the divine eye sees, meaning we will clearly see the revelation of God's light. When will that be? The pasuk says, and this is coming from Yeshaya, that the sun shall, which is obviously many prophecies of the future, when Mashiach comes, that the sun shall no longer be your light by day, for God will be your eternal light. It'll be so bright, like the sun, you'll see godliness the way you see the sun. The strength to receive this light, which will shine forth in the world to come, we're going to discuss soon, when Mashiach comes, but the world to come, right now, we could say practically means the world to come, when the neshama goes on to the next world. A person doesn't die, they just begin a new life in a different dimension, upstairs. So the Alter Rebbe states earlier that the purpose of the entire Hishtalshelus is the revelation of godliness in this world, which occurs when the darkness of the clip of this world is transformed into the light of holiness. And how do we do that now? Through learning Torah. But one may ask, this revelation will take place only in the world to come, in the hereafter. At present, their Ein Sof is completely hidden. The Alter replies that indeed, during the time of Mashiach, that constitutes the purpose for which this world was created. So that's when we get the trophy. Yay, all the hard work we put in. And that's great. And we're looking forward to that any moment. And the truth is that no matter how much I tried to hide it and conceal it, we want to win the championship no matter what. Every year we try. And whoever plays the games, that's the ultimate purpose, is to win. Okay, you may say you had a fun time anyway, but nobody said, I enjoyed losing, I want to lose this game. Then don't play. But you may enjoy the game even if you lose, but that's not the goal. The goal is to get the trophy. So the goal is enjoy the game that we're in now, the world that we live in, learn Torah, do the mitzvahs, connect HaKadosh Baruch Hu, help your fellow Yid as much as you can. But ultimately, we'll get the reward if we do our job, if we fight our good fight and we win the battle and we are successful in the game of life. It's known that in times of Mashiach, and especially during Tchias HaMesim, for all those that are saying Kaddish, listen carefully. Your loved ones are going to be returned any moment. In Tachlis or Shleimus B'riyas Ha'olam Hazeh, Shelakach Nivra Mitchilasei. This is the whole culmination of purpose of creation and the fulfillment of why God created this world. It is for this purpose that the entire world was originally created. For the coming of Mashiach, Tchias HaMesim, and that will be the most revelation of, the revelation of godliness, peace on the world, everything will be perfect, exactly what God had intended. At first glance, this statement appears to be strange. One might have thought that the Messianic era represents not the purpose of creation, but the reward, as we said. The reward for man's efforts towards fulfilling that purpose. That's what it would seem. The time of receiving the reward is essentially in the 7th millennia, as is stated in Likutei Torah and Arizal. So we're already enjoying the reward, whereas the period until then constitutes the fulfillment of the world's purpose. Let me read that again. The time of receiving the reward is essentially in the 7th millennium, as stated in the Likutei Torah of the Arizal, whereas the period until then constitutes the fulfillment of the world's purpose. So the times of Mashiach is not merely a utopia. Yay, we won the trophy. It's the purpose of creation and the culmination of all our hard work. I heard someone say yesterday, a mashpia, a very special guy, he said, every day, look in the mirror and think to yourself, how can I make a difference in this world? And who can I help? Who can I be of assistance to? Now go do it. Have a wonderful day, everyone. We'll see you, Mitzvah Hashem, very soon. Mazel Tov, David. David Klein's on the line. Mazel Tov, Zadie, David Klein.
Thank you.